Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. Quick note about my readings, they are for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon, or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. Yeah, with that said, I always ask you to check out all three because it's going to give you a clearer picture of how these speak to you and which part of you I resonate with as a reader. Forgive me, that Mercury retrograde is definitely in the background doing its thing there. They don't usually hit me so strong, but this one is kicking my butt. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, and personal readings are back, so if you want to book yours, link in the description. For your key to the week this week, you have the Judgment card, right? And interestingly enough, this card has a lot of links to your sign. It's about that deep transformation that takes place. It's very often about things coming to the surface that had been hidden or buried. It has a very powerful energy to it. This card, I always call it the blast from the past card, because it means that something comes back into your life in a really powerful way, and it tends to bring or precede a massive change because of whatever has come back into your life in some way. So this week, be prepared to tap into that energy of the phoenix change. The phoenix fire within you is coming up. There is something this week that is going to be a big realization, and it may come from your past. It might be something that was hidden, or maybe something that just needed brushing up, like a little bit of a spit shine and a buff polish. For your actions and options this week, you have the Page of Swords. Now, I like this card because in a lot of ways, for me, it suggests initiation, which means that this week you are definitely working on creating something. And it also suggests that this week there's going to be a meeting, an interview, or, it can be a job interview, it could be a meeting about work, it could be a personal meeting, any kind of meeting. But this week, something's going to be initiated because of a connection that is made. And I have to tell you, this is going to be a very powerful one. Whatever takes place this week is going to have far-reaching ripples. I really like this for you because in a lot of ways, it suggests that there is a powerful step forward that is led by you. There's a very conscious moment this week of something unfolding because of a meeting or an interaction that you have. This could be an idea that comes to you, a realization that you have that sparks a whole, heap of ideas and stuff that come from within you on that mental plane. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Page of Cups. So, Page of Cups is your intuition, it's your creativity. Two pages, when they come up together in a tarot spread, literally represent the energy of disquiet. So I'm going to say this to you: do not expect subtlety this week. From you or from anybody else. That usual sort of hide behind the curtains, work behind the scenes energy that you're so used to, not going to be possible this week. So be prepared to be out there, be prepared to be seen, and whatever process you are working on or through is very likely to be in some ways it could end up being quite public. So just be aware of that. Right? Just make sure it's for something good, right? When it comes to those of you that work for yourself, what I really like about this, there is a sense that whatever you are tapping into on an intuitive or creative level is going to have a lot of clout when it comes to the work, when it comes to the job. It's kind of like you could have a meeting or a conversation this week with a boss or a superior that ends up changing a lot in the workplace. Whether it's good or challenging, completely, how it's viewed by other people is not really your business. That's what I always say. Anyway, what you do with it is up to you. I just give you what is. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, there is a complete overhaul going on behind the scenes for you guys on a creative level, on an intuitive level, on a psychic level, a spiritual level. There are new levels and strata of information that are becoming possible for you to access because your spiritual and intuitive world is opening up. You could have a conversation this week with somebody as well that is very deep, that is very spiritual, that has far-reaching ripples and movements and possibly even consequences. You know, I hate using that word because when you say consequence, it's got so much of a negative energy to it, but you know, I don't mean it in that way, so you know, take what you will from it. For your it's one of like my little brain stutters there. For your sorry, I have to laugh because I've been like a bloody overexcited 5-year-old. This Mercury retrograde has had me, I just feel like there's so much information and so much trying to escape my mouth at the same time that I find myself stuttering and really having to, and you know, forgetting things mid-sentence and stuff. It's really crazy. Like I said, they don't usually affect me like this, but this one is, whew. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, please give free rein to your creative ability over the course of this week, because you could come up with something that's truly amazing or spectacular. For those artists and creatives among you, whatever field you work in, whether you are or aren't working, pick up the paintbrush this week. Do whatever your creative art requires you to do. Write music, write songs, create visual art, like whatever it is that you do in a creative sense, give free rein to that this week, because you could come up with something that is truly spectacular. For your money and materials, you have the 8 of Wands. Okay, so it does look like for a lot of you there is a meeting or an interview of sorts this week that has very amazing implications for you. It's going to be a very communicative week. There is going to be a lot of going back and forth. I'm seeing a lot of you in some sort of negotiation as well. So I mean, if you're getting, you know, if you work for yourself, if you're getting syndicated in any regard, like, you know, maybe you're being picked up by a network, or do you know what I mean? Like something really exciting is happening for you guys behind the scenes. For those of you that work with money or in investing or land or property or anything like that, great week, because it looks like you're getting really serious about your future prospects. I mean, finances as a thing this week isn't going to be so much a focus. It's more about what you can expand on or how you can grow your attraction, you know, to money than anything else this week, but still very interesting. Please be careful, not be careful, but look out for your hips, your lower back, your thighs, that general region this week for your health and vitality. And for the home and environment, lots of, when I say improvements taking place, I don't think it's so much that you're improving anything physical. I actually feel like for a lot of you, this might be something really as mundane as changing your internet service provider, or getting a new router that allows you to, you know, communicate faster. There's an upgrade of some sort taking place this week. And then for your love and relations, okay, so you've got the 7 of Swords, not a great card. Now, for those of you that are single, if there is somebody on the horizon, this week you're going to come to the realization that actually, you know what, it's not this person. You may catch them in a lie. It looks like it's only a white lie, but I think at this point you're just kind of like, you know what, I don't need that. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're going to do this about the small stuff this early in, it's only going to turn into something bigger later. I think there's a real sense of, you know, you being very clear cut and dry this week. For those of you that are in relationships or partnerships, this is coupled with the Page of Cups, and then there's obviously the Judgment card there in the background. Your partner may try to expedite some of their plans. May try to expedite some of their plans this week, or they might try to do something, you know, without your knowledge, and then be like, surprise, later on. So it's not that they're actively lying to you about something bad. It's more just a case of they're trying to do things in their own way, but it kind of feels like they're not necessarily considering the here and now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's a massive issue. It's kind of like one of those moments where someone says like, oh, you know, I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to know, I didn't want you to worry. It could be something like that. And it kind of feels like, because you've got the 8 of Wands there, and you may very well intercept a message this week. if you are going to confront them about what you know, just do it in a very calm manner, because remember, you've got those 2 pages there which can cause a little bit of friction and frisson, so just be aware. All right, anyway, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up if it's not too personal, and take care, and I'll see you soon.